Hello. It's nice to see you all. Kate, I'm sorry you gotta go, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. Name like nobody else? Name like nobody else. What is your name? All I know of you is NLNE. Nilney, Louisiana. Bruno Shiozawa. Buongiorno. So, here I am, and it's Monday, and I'm ready to roll. Ready to do this thing and do it remarkably well. But first, let's drink some tea. I'm trying to avoid dripping on my sketchbook. But it's a very nice day. Lucretia is here, and Grace, and Elle, Objeto de Escrita, Courtney. You know, I'm glad to be your sous chef, your background entertainment. I understand that. I understand that impulse. Jeff, I know you're here with some good jokes. I need you to be my Ed McMahon, as it were. Who else we got here? R. Snell. Sydney DeLeo. Deb has been waiting all day. I'm so sorry. You wasted your day off. What a waste. So sorry. I've had a busy morning, you know? I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. But I'm ready. Ali, hello, from Atlanta, and Kim from Maine. Laura, it's raining Albuquerque. It was insane. Like, there was a storm here just a little while ago, and JG has told me that a bunch of people lost a bunch of trees. There's nothing more sickening than hearing that people lost trees. Julia, succinct and from Tasmania. I like that. Short and to the point. Are you short? I don't know. I'm not going to make fun of your name. That's gross. What am I, 7? Suli's glad to make it here. Madeline, name like nobody else. Madeline. I know so many people like Madeline, named Madeline. Not really. I actually don't know anybody named Madeline. Read the book, seen the movie. That's about it. CEK from Colorado. What does CEK stand for? Colorado Erat. I don't know. Edge. From the edge of Iceland. You're here. Welcome. Wonderful. Abby. All right. I feel like I'm mocking your names. That's terrible. Mellow Yellow from Nova Scotia. I won't say anything. Linda, thank you for joining us. And Kim is working on her illustrated memoir. I'm so glad to hear it. That is very good. This is a perfect time for doing it. All right. Chris from Boulder. Alexa's got her sketchbook out. And Vaughn is here from Ensenada. Wonderful. Good. Casey, C-E-K, Casey. K-C-E-K. Okay. 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 So let's have a look. What have we got to do today? Today, let's check out the prompts. We are at numero 13. Drink. Drink. Have you been thinking about that? Drink. Drink. Arsenal. Rachel. Arsenal. Are you an Arsenal fan? Sorry. Kevin from California. And what else? Valeria Livia Martore. Typical New York name. And Sydney DeLeo says that I pronounced her name right. Oh, the correct way. How else would one pronounce it? Dalio. Sydney DeLeo. Okay. Good. So, let's have a drink and then start talking about what we're going to do. Because I've had an idea. I come with idea. And dag nabbit, I'm doing this. I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to do some kind of alcohol. I'm not drinking a lot these days, but why not? Alcohol. See, here's the thing. We have a fantastic new liquor store a couple blocks from our house. The reason we go there, fantastic liquor store. It's got liquor in it, but what it also has is literally the best pizzeria in Phoenix. It might be the best pizzeria I've ever been to in my life. It has the most incredible pizza. If you're ever in Phoenix, or you're in Phoenix now, go to Trevor's. The one that I go to is on Indian School Road. But Trevor's, it's this massive liquor store, and then it has this pizzeria that's so much better than it needs to be. Anyway, what I like to do after I've stuffed my face is to go and wander around and just look at the liquor, because while it might seem strange to go shopping for liquor when you don't particularly plan to buy any, the graphic design of liquor containers, the labeling, the bottles, the shapes of the bottles, but particularly the labels, is unbelievable. I don't think there's ever been a time in history that there's been so many beautiful, beautiful labels. I don't know why it is. Obviously there's been a lot of craft brewers and what are they called? People who make gin and whatever. But there's just so many, and beer bottles, there's just so many. It's just beautiful. So yeah, it is incredibly inspiring to me, and I always think and it's not only is the artwork beautiful, but just the ingenuity, the range of design decisions is just very exciting to me, because I love it when you have such an incredibly limited thing, right? You have a bottle with a label on it. It's like a book cover. Book covers these days, though, I think are not that interesting. I'm sorry to say it. They're not that interesting. In fact, my Libby, which is the app that I use to get library books, it has a whole section called the cover made me read it or something. And honestly, I think covers are pretty good, but alcohol bottles, distilleries, yes, thank you, are good. So Jeff, yes, a man after my own heart. So you go in, and it's just, and this particular store it's exhaustive, and it has and a place like Arizona, what would you think you'd find in Arizona? Maybe some tequila. No, there's everything. There's an incredible sake distiller here in the Phoenix area. In fact, the only one who's a sanctioned Japanese-style sake manufacturer. There's gin. Who would have thought of it? And vodka, the fact that there's so many different choices, just again, so many different kinds of labels and designs. Anyway, so that is what I'm thinking I'm going to do with drink, is I wanted to focus on that. So yeah, so to think about that, the package is supposed to deliver the idea of what to expect with liquor. It's true, but then you think about something. You think like vodka. How much is it delivering? Vodka kind of, to me, doesn't have a huge amount of taste, but it's the thing that makes the difference. Why would you choose one over the other? Now, wine, again, there's one particularly, I don't know that it's particularly good wine. What is it called? But it's not even a vineyard, it's a winemaker. And they actually did a wine with Martha Stewart and another one with Snoop Dogg. So that'll give you some of the ideas about it. But what they did is they had this design where you could take your phone. I don't know how it worked exactly. You take your phone and you'd aim your phone at the label, and it would suddenly become three-dimensional. I don't even know how it worked. So the things would come off the shelf, and then sometimes they would animate and tell you the story. It's an Australian wine company. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, enough about that. But just think about that. So if you're still wrestling with what you want to draw when it comes to drink, obviously you could do anything. You could do a cup of tea. You could do somebody drinking. You could do 19 Crimes. Beautiful. Perfect. That's the name of it. 19 Crimes. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, for naming it Madeline. All right. So let's get to it. A lot of dots came through the page from yesterday's Freddy Krueger. So yeah, but I don't care. So here's what I was thinking. I'm going to do Inktoberfest. That's it. That's all I thought of, Inktoberfest. So I'm going to do a little bottle of special Inktoberfest beer. And I might draw a glass next to it. We'll see. But first I got to get this. Getting the bottle right is a lot of the work. So. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. All right, we have our work surface here. We've got our bottle shape. I might put a bottle here, a glass here. We'll see in a minute. But right now I want to kind of just focus on, I've got the shape right. But I really want to focus on the label here. Should it have another label here? Yeah, I think maybe I'll put like one of those neck, what are they called? Neck label? I don't know. Neckerchiefs? That's gonna be like, that's my work surface there. Whew. Oh, Elle says it should be wonky. It's true. I'm trying to be very sober about it, though. Should I draw the glass now? I think what kind of glass it should. I think I'm just going to do like a sort of straight up, like lager glass. Not a Stein exactly, but you know, one of them. Something like that. All right. This is going to involve a fair amount of lettering. I have to think about that. So I'm thinking I want to have maybe some kind of a neck, like a logo, if you will. So I'm going to draw like a little bottle of ink here. That seems right, doesn't it? It's not going to necessarily be that easy because doing like a lot of perfect lettering that's like perfectly constructed, it's not easy. Elle Gold from Mesa. Elle, have you ever been to Trevor's and had pizza there? I'm procrastinating. I'm just sort of fiddling with this bottle cap. Okay. So I think it's going to have, it has to have, I think this is going to be, it's going to have some traditional feeling to it because it's Inktoberfest, it's not like some snazzy hipster beer necessarily, but maybe there's like, it's like the king of Oktoberfest is here. Maybe it's the queen. And beers often have like awards. It's not true really of modern beers so much, but all the old beers had like medals that they had won, at the World's Fair in 1894 or something like that. So you got to put some stuff like that around there, because you want to make it feel detailed. But you have to sort of decide how. This is the pavilion at the World's Fair, in case you didn't recognize it. All right. I'm procrastinating because I'm anxious about doing this lettering, but I'm going to do it. Because I want to curve it a little bit. I'm thinking I'm going to do I'll do Inktober. I'm really working blind here. If I was smart, I would sketch it out with a pencil or something like that, but as you know, I'm not that smart. What is going on out there? All right, so that's Inktober, and then it's going to say, thinking it's going to say like fest in sort of italics here now. I've been holding my breath this entire time. All right, it's not quite how I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. I mean, this T is just weird. Like, why is it so? Maybe it needs to have some parts that come down there. Yeah, okay. Wonderful Inktoberfest. Okay. Now, let's do some embellishments here. That looks festive. And okay, I'll take it. Now I think I'm going to have to do a nice big fat bottle of ink down here. Because that's kind of their logo, is the nice juicy bottle of ink. And maybe this is an IPA, which stands for Indian Pale Ale. Maybe this is an Indian Ink Pale Ale. Okay, good. I like it. And then maybe there's like a fountain pen behind it. Seems reasonable, right? What else? Maybe it needs to just have some kind of embellishment here. Was that you barking out there? Yeah, I heard you. Don't appreciate it. What do you think? Does it look like a bottle of beer? I think it does, right? Looks legit. And because it's Inktoberfest beer, we have to, we have to put lots of different kinds of inking stuff on it. Like cross hatching, and textures and stuff. Okay, I think I'll probably do some bottle-oriented stuff. I mean, bottle-oriented stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I think it needs to have a. It needs to have the corporate logo here on the bottle. I mean, on the glass. It's kind of etched into the glass. Well, if it was etched, I would have done it in white, which I didn't, so that's dumb. But there it is. Okay. Let's have a cup of tea first. An ink plant. What is an ink plant? Ink plant. Tab doesn't like the prompts. I don't like the prompts either, but it's not up to me. This is a government mandated thing, you know? You must do it. L did Inkvember. Very nice. How about Inksember? All right. Yeah. Jeff, I made that joke already. I made it. Sorry. Made it. Should I write it up there, maybe? I'll share credit with you. Okay. Let's get serious. Let's get serious and seriously drop some ink on the table. Please remind me to take my time and to think before I just jump in, because this is not what I had planned to do. I should have done some of a much lighter wash first before I did this. And that's what I'm going to do with this glass. I'm going to do a much lighter wash, but I plan to have like a bit of a head here. And then this should be a light wash. Light. Light. And then maybe I'll put a bit of like a white highlight in there. Remember, light, light. Yeah, that's right. I've decided to start staining this desk while I'm here. Fortunately, this is a Husky workbench, which means that it is not going to be a problem. It means it'll wipe right off. Just a little bit of shadow. I don't want to scrub this foam here. I want to have just a little bit of shadow. Okay. Let's get into the serious part now, though, which is figuring out how to do this label. I need some tea before I do that. So I think I'm going to put a kind of a darker background here. Oops. And then let the letters stand out. And then maybe, if these letters stand out well, then I can kind of make the background more kind of filigreed and textured, and that will make the letters stand out even more. But it'll also make it kind of interesting. You know, interesting to your eye to see textures. Very nearly dipped my ink brush into my cup of tea. Just no. And as I was saying that, I almost did it again. See, this I think should be light. Maybe I'll even add some white onto it later on, like the little glow around the ink bottle. Yeah, I think it's interesting when there's a bit of kind of texture, like you'd find on like a banknote, you know, the sort of the background being all, you know, vibrating with texture. It's the name of my new album. You know, this is what, day 13? Day 13. And I'm kind of missing color. Not even halfway through. I'm already jonesing for some color. How about you? Are you sick of this damn ink? Ink, and nowhere a drop to drink. Very good point. We need to have some. I'm going to do that in white, though. I think I'll do that. I'll do those in white after it all dries. It's all done. Then we'll do some. Maybe we'll have some like effervescent bubbles coming out the top there. It's an excellent suggestion, though, and I hadn't even thought about it. A nice sweaty glass. And here on the bottle too, yeah. It needs like little. I'm going to put some in now, and then I'll put some highlights on them later on. What about the glass? I mean, it also needs bubbles inside, but subtle. Take it easy. Don't get too excited about these bubbles. I don't want everything to look freckled. It needs to look like it's condensation. This is a damn good brush. It's a number 4, which means it can do kind of all the things, at least when you're working at this scale. Have a look at it from afar, looking at it on the monitor, and it's looking pretty nice. I definitely think there's got to be a lot more going on in here, though, because these are not popping. It doesn't necessarily have to be all kind of black, but it could be gradated in some way, so... It's better, but I'm gonna fix up that eye when it's dry. Let's wait till it's dry. Don't overdo it. Don't jump the gun. This is taking an enormous amount of self-control. It's a good thing I haven't had a lot of beers. That would be an encumbrance. Helen and CK. Yes. So apparently there's somebody else who's... My favorite thing is monsters. Oh yes, that book. Yeah, that's a great book. I do like that too. Is Color Against the Rules? I don't know. I've been kind of hearing different things, you know, and I'm very obedient. So if maybe somebody can find this out for me, find out definitively, come back tomorrow and say you're allowed to use color. But at this point, I'm halfway through, almost 13 out of 31 days, and I'm managing to stick to it. So I think I gotta go the distance. Got to. I don't know. Maybe you're not as anal about these things as I am, but I'm feeling like I gotta follow the rules, or else I'll be in trouble. The ink police will come after me. Is that helping? A little bit. Needs to dry because it's got some gray in it now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try hitting this up with some bit of sweat. So I'm putting little highlights on these sweat drops. This is tedious as hell. What about this? I wanted to make this white. Remember I said I wish I'd done it white? Let me now ruin it. But, well, what I am going to do is I can knock it back. So it's a bit more subtle. All right, this is boring. Nobody wants to sit and watch a grown man making little white dots over everything. Yeah, there you go. I'm reasonably happy with this. But it does need like a big highlight somewhere. Maybe this is the wrong pen to use. That helped a tiny bit. I think this needs to be bigger. And presto. As in presto. Okay. In the FAQ it says you can use color, but Deb says it should be black and white, so pop a few bubbles above the glass. Yeah, I thought about that, but it's kind of white here, so I guess I could do, no, I don't want to. I could do some like black bubbles there, but that would just be perverse. Okay. Come on, we're going on. We're going to have some more drinks. All right, good night. Good night. It's late in Iceland. Okay. All right. Yeah, Lucretia, that is interesting. I've seen what is it called? It's not called Inktober. It's called something else. It's like it's almost like a Halloween thing, right? I saw somebody did a Ghoul. They did I saw posted somewhere a ghoul. So yeah, you could do that kind of stuff. That would be cool. If this doesn't inspire you, if you're not interested in drawing bottles of beer, you'd rather draw fantastic creatures, I totally get it. Totally. Man. All right. Good enough for government work, and it's a government shutdown, so there is no work. What the hell am I talking about? You're talking to yourself again. Stop it. All right. I could put a lot more work into this, but is there really any point? I think that that's good enough. I think that that's pen brushes down. We've done it. Drink. Inktoberfest. What do you think? My tea is very cold. Sulis has been boozing it up through this whole thing. Nice. Alexa says, I just opened a random journal and found a cool sketch of champagne glasses. That's nice. A dweeb and cool guy drinks from Adventure Time. I don't know that. Lucretia drew a beautiful blue bottle of Portofino gin. Blue. Last call indeed. Yes, so that was fun. Let's just have a look at what tomorrow brings. Trunk. Trunk. All right, there's the obvious, which is a torso, an elephant, some luggage. What do we think? Could have done a shredded trunk. Hey man, your trunk is totally shredded. Trunk. Any other thoughts? Trunk? Could just draw a guy with a big nose. Jimmy Durante. Trunk. Could draw a pair of swim trunks. What else do we have here? The website said the original idea was to get back to basics with a piece of white paper and black ink. It says if you want to use color, use only one. A car. Of course, a trunk of a car. I haven't drawn any cars, and I do enjoy drawing cars. A trunk call, yeah. I thought about that. What would one draw? Trunk call? Luggage with all the travel stickers? That could be nice. Draw like, like Paris and Rome and Bombay. Mm-hmm. An elephant that has baggage. A high maintenance elephant with lots of baggage. Junk in the trunk. That's a good one. Draw somebody twerking. Sitting in the back of a car trunk watching the sunset. We could draw somebody in a trunk. That could go with our reckless guy. Trunk full of treasure, yes. Is it called a treasure trunk? Is it called a treasure chest? But a chest and a trunk are similar. Torso, a torso in the trunk of a car, in a trunk. There's a famous murder that happened here in Phoenix where a woman they never really proved that it was her, but somehow a body ended up in a trunk. And they discovered it because the liquid was oozing out of it. And that happened in Phoenix like in the 1920s or 30s. And yeah, it was like a very famous, it's like one of the big famous crimes that we've had here. Twerking elephant, trunk or treat. We're getting close to that time of year. Derriere, is that really what we want to draw though? I mean, I'll draw it, but is that really what you want to see me draw? A tree trunk. Very good. Hadn't thought of that. Tree trunk. Tree trunk. Yeah. I drew a tree trunk not long ago for the creative license class. That was quite interesting. So right now I'm thinking I'm kind of liking the trunk of a car. Kind of liking it. So yes, nobody really wants to see that. Nobody wants to see someone's butt. I mean, it depends whose it is, I guess. But this is not that kind of a thing. This is it's a nice. We're not like that. So instead, we're going to draw a dead body in a trunk of a car, or a bonnet. What's it called? A bonnet? A boot. A boot. Okay, so trunk it is. Mr. Dressup's tickle trunk. Sounds mildly obscene. Anyway, we're done. We'll see you tomorrow when we tickle your trunk with twerking. You know, you people are shocking. I'm offended. I'll see you tomorrow.